more from him at halftime. Wayne Harris will be the player we talked to at halftime today. Interesting young man, very soft-spoken, but boy, he lets his playing do the talking on the field. But, even in last week's game, Huntington, Emilio Miller was a guy that they were counting on to kind of step in and fill a hole. He went down with an ankle that had bothered him in the offseason. He got it repaired, and now it was hurt again. And then Del Vecchio Dice, he had a stomach issue and left in the game. He had run 7 times for 29 yards. And so, sometimes you just don't get, sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear bites you.
And as the national anthem is just about to play, we'll go ahead and step aside for a quick break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
The Marshall Sports Medicine Institute, the exclusive provider of sports medicine services to Marshall University Athletics, is pleased to offer walk-in clinics 6 days a week. Full-service appointments are available on a walk-in basis weekdays 9 to 3. And a screening clinic is conducted Saturday mornings 8 to 10. No appointment necessary. For more information, call 304-691-1880. The Marshall Sports Medicine Institute, taking care of the herd, taking care of the Huntington Highlanders.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
The Drive with Paul Swan, weekdays at 5. Huntington Highlanders football now on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium. Kickoff between the Huntington Highlanders and the South Charleston Black Eagles just a few minutes away. I'm Christian Palmer, welcome alongside by Woody Woodrum. Woody, kind of picking back up the conversation where we left it before the break, talking a little bit about South Charleston and a new head coach, Carl Lee, but a name that Marshall fans know well. Carl Lee played for the Herd and then went on to have a very long 12-year NFL career, 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro selection. So taking his lumps a little in his first year with South Charleston, the 50-0 loss week 1, but what a good person in charge, has all the football knowledge in the world.
Well, and I told Carl when we talked this week, if it's easy, just anybody do it. So hopefully he'll be able to get his kids turned and play the way he wants to play. It's always quite shocking when you lose a long-time coach, though, especially when he just goes down the road to one of your conference opponents. Is especially kind of an upsetting thing to happen. So I'm sure the South Charleston community's a bit turned on its ear. Carl's a beloved son up there. He was an outstanding Black Eagle. He was really one of the players Sonny Randall was very lucky to get the first year because he was being recruited by West Virginia and a lot of other places. But he knew he could come to Marshall and play right away. And he started safety 4 years. Then he went to the Vikings and 83 to 93 with the Vikings, then one more year with the Saints, and did some radio there, and Huntington High taking the field, and that's why you hear the noise. And he hopefully can do some things there, and folks will give him some time in the South Charleston community and kind of stay with him.
And Carl is taking over for Donnie Mays, who had been South Charleston's head coach since 2012, so really long tenure there. So a lot of change for this South Charleston team, a team that was 5-6 last season, but 8-0 the year before, and that just goes to show you how quickly things can change.
Well, and you can look at the games they played with this Huntington team. Last year, Huntington got the best of them in South Charleston, a game that was close at halftime, but then it just went completely Huntington's way in the second half, spurred on by Zaza Jackson, had a extremely long touchdown run, and he just absolutely pulled away from the entire team, going to 89 yards. And Gavin Locko had a big night against them with 5 touchdowns on the ground, so it was a good night for the team. But the year before that, it was South Charleston winning here in Huntington 42-21. Now, Huntington's won 3 of the last 5 in both places, but it's been very competitive every single time. So I think, that's what Carl wants to get to eventually. I'm sure he's going to lean on some people that were instrumental to him and his career and pick their brains a little bit. He coached college, and this isn't that big a change from that.
So captains out on the field for Huntington High is quarterback Gavin Locko and lineman Gavin Adkins out on the 50. And then for South Charleston, Xavier Murray and Peyton Brown at midfield. Huntington High wearing navy tops tonight.
Well, camo tops.
Oh, yeah. Yep, what I meant to go with there.
Gold and black, and those were provided by the National Guard, who had a big setup for all the kids to come see, climbing walls and things like that. So, a salute to the military is always very important to these kids. Billy talked to his players about it.
So a cool-looking uniform set up tonight for the Highlanders, going with black pants and black numbers. And then South Charleston, white tops, orange numbers, and gray pants for their uniforms.
Well, we'll see how cool they are as we try to figure out who makes the tackles here tonight.
Yeah, that will be a little tough. The numbers are camouflaged in that camo. But
yeah. It's black numbers on gold and black camo. It looks pretty good here under the natural sunlight that's still up, but we'll see as we go along under the electric lights how it looks. South Charleston won the flip, and they'll take the ball, so you got to like that. They want to come out and get after Huntington early here.
South Charleston did not score in its season opener, so looking to get the ball and attack right away.
You see the large gap between the first line at the 50 and the second line, mostly at the 25. Huntington may well try to pop this over that front line and cover the ball.
That would not be a bad idea at all. And the kick down the field, end over end by Ai. It is caught around the 3-yard line by Catron. Makes a move to his right, and he is tripped down right around the 20-yard line.
Tackled by Cam Veazey, the linebacker for this Huntington team. And we'll get to see this offense. They had some issues last week with turnovers. They had a punt blocked. They had 2 punt snaps that went awry. They had 1 turnover by the quarterback that was returned for a score. So, I'm sure they worked on some things they want to get fixed up and get going this week.
And offense still at the sideline at the moment, getting the play call. Huntington's defense already out on the field. It's a beautiful evening. What he just mentioned, the sun still out, but just about to set.
Yeah, and the humidity not quite as bad here on the mountaintop as it was in downtown today. The clock's already at 3, 2, 1. And South Charleston has to take a timeout on the opening play.
Yeah, certainly not what Carl Lee wanted.
No.
Yeah. Whichever way you draw up your game plan, taking a timeout before the first play, that is the last thing you would ever want to do.
And you talked about earlier today with Paul Swan on the show about Huntington didn't get off to a very good start, which they'd like to do. And I think part of that was the rain delay. I don't know. It's different when you're the visiting team because you're kind of antsy. You're in your locker room. You don't know how long it's going to last. When you're the home team and they tell you, well, you just sit in your locker and you chill out. So, that's Carl kept the offense on the sideline and sent them out after the official had started the clock. So, again, it's a new staff. It's a new bunch of players, and they're working through some things.
Still early on in the season, trying to work out through some kinks in the offense, but now they are out, ready
New quarterback tonight, too.
Ready for first down. So 1st and 10, it is Peyton Brown taking the shotgun snap and sprinting to his left, but he is met by the Huntington defense in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 5 yards. So 2nd and 15 for South Charleston.
So they go with a different quarterback than the starter last week. Jacob Wilson's a junior. Peyton Brown's a junior as well. See what he can do. He loses 5 yards on the first play, though.
So 2nd and 15. 11 minutes and 20 seconds left in this opening quarter.
So far going the wrong way for this South Charleston team.
So it is shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. The shotgun snap to Brown, and he hands the ball off to Miller, who is met right around the line of scrimmage. Believe he might have lost a yard.
Tyrus Mayo makes the stop, and let's see where they're going to put the ball in. Yeah, it's another loss.
So it will be 3rd and 16 for the Black Eagles.
Tyrus Mayo, we told you about him last week, a transfer from Victor High School in Victor, New York, starting on the offense and the defensive lines.
South Charleston offense breaks the huddle, needing 16 yards to convert on this 3rd down. And flags fly, whistles
Delay
blown.
again.
Yep, delay of game. No timeout requested this time, and another setback for the South Charleston offense. It will be 3rd and 21.
Boy, this is a tough start. There's no doubt about that.
So shotgun formation once again. Brown with a quick pass to the outside. It's Miller. Tries to cut inside. Makes his way back to the 15-yard line.
He's tackled by Cam Veazey making the stop.
So it will be 4th and long. And South Charleston sends the punting unit out onto the field.
Well, they did get 6 yards back there, so 4th down at least is back up at the 15 for the punt. We'll see how the punt snap goes. The deep guy is a guy who knows him pretty well, Wayne Harris.
Wayne Harris back to return. The snap is back. The kick is up and wobbling, bounces at the 35. Harris tries to deke out South Charleston, almost fielded it off of a bounce, but lets it go, and the ball will stop right at Huntington's 49-yard line.
So not a bad punt from where they were, about a 36-yarder.
Punt by Nick Reeby.
I couldn't tell if it was 19 or 18. I know 18's listed as the kicker on their squad and punter, but I couldn't be dead sure.
Yeah, I believe that was a 19 walking off the field. But yeah, we will make certain to double check that next time he runs out onto the field. But 1st and 10 for the Highlanders, 9 minutes and 12 seconds left in quarter number 1.
Great field position for Huntington in the opening drive.
1 yard shy of the 50. Locko takes the shotgun snap, looks to pass, but has his pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. Bounces down, incomplete. So good job by the South Charleston defense, not able to get to Locko, but put their hands up. And
Zamarian, better known as Mary Lawton, his brother's already playing at Cincinnati. He is a Division I for sure player, going to sign with somebody. Had 5 tackles last week in the game.
2nd and 10 now for the Highlanders. Shotgun set, 1 receiver to the near side, 2 to the far. Locko takes the snap, fires a pass out to its right, and that is Zaza Jackson. Makes a move and is knocked out of bounds right at the 31-yard line. So a big pickup. The speedy Jackson works good in space and picks up a Highlander 1st down.
Goes 20 yards on the play.
So a solid pickup. And Huntington already in Black Eagle territory. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Locko takes the snap, and it's a quarterback keeper. He runs up the middle, and he has another Huntington 1st down, knocked down right at the 16-yard line.
Bulldog by number 24, who we do not have on any of our paperwork.
And it looks like they'll actually put him at the 17, so that's a gain of 14 yards.
Laco didn't do a lot of running last week. That was a design play and a big play for the Huntington team.
Another fresh set of downs for the Highlanders. 1st and 10. Ball at the 17-yard line. Laco takes the snap, hands the ball off. Believe that was Harris running up the middle.
No, make it Zaza.
Yep, that was Zaza. Those jerseys testing us out already.
6 and the 5 are going to be tricky all night, folks.
So a short pickup.
About 3 yards.
Make it 2nd and 7. Couple of substitutions made by the Highlanders. Saw Deidrick Graves jogging off the field.
Miles Meadors in there, the receiver. He had 2 catches, 40 yards. He only had 2 catches in the whole season last year as a freshman.
Shotgun snap to Laco. He's looking to pass. Fires to his left, and that is caught. Knocked down right around the 15, so it'll be a short gain.
And that one was Wayne Harris.
Yep. So it will be
no gain.
Yep, 3rd and manageable for the Highlanders. 3rd and 7.
Well, certainly Johnny I might get a chance to test himself out here early if they don't pick up a first down here.
Man sent in motion behind Laco. He takes the snap, fires it outside. It's Meadors. A bunch of space, makes a man miss, and runs into the end zone for the Highlanders touchdown.
How about setting a career record, your 3rd catch, and now with 54 yards and his first ever touchdown.
You mentioned it earlier, Woody. Did not get a lot of touches last season, just 2 catches, but already more than that.
You got to like Miles Meadors, just a sophomore too.
So the Highlanders up early, 6-0, just under 7 minutes left in quarter number 1. Johnny I on for the PAT, but he will have to wait as flags fly.
Yeah, it looked like one of the up men on the defensive end moved that time.
So that will allow the Highlanders declined the penalty, so the ball will stay where it's at.
Unless you're going to go for 2, you just need to kick your extra point where you usually kick it from.
I ready to go. Snap a little high, and the holder's going to have to run for it. He throws it to the end zone. Incomplete pass. And that was Jackson Hatfield, a little high snap, and decent recovery from him.
He was looking for the tight end, Christian Saunders, but I don't know if he yelled fire because nobody started moving until after Jackson started moving. So, but in any case, Highlanders up 6-0.
Yep, Huntington strikes first, 6-0 with 6 minutes and 59 seconds left in quarter number 1. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
ProSource, formerly Aaron's Business Solutions, is your leader in Toshiba communications, including copiers and total office automation. ProSource can handle all your print management and IP service needs. ProSource has the best in office supplies and office furniture in the tri-state. Call ProSource today at 304-522-7022 or visit them at 1041 8th Avenue, Huntington. ProSource is a proud supporter of Huntington High School football. Go Highlanders!
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Marshall's Thundering Herd football on Saturdays. Huntington Highlanders football now on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium. Currently 6-0 Highlanders. 6 minutes and 59 seconds left in quarter number 1. Johnny I's kickoff just bouncing in the end zone for a touchback, his first of the season. South Charleston back with the ball, and it's Emilio Miller getting the carry, running to the right side of the line for a decent pickup.
Caillou Jackson, Jordan Palmer make the stop, flag on the play for a hold.
It's a 5-yard gain, but we'll see if it stands. Likely will not. And a block in the back is called on the Black Eagles.
It's already their second penalty of the game.
So offense continuing to struggle to start this game for South Charleston. And that will back the ball up all the way to the 9-yard line.
So, wow. 1st and 20 from back there.
South Charleston offense breaks the huddle back to the line of scrimmage. If you missed the beginning of the game, Peyton Brown is in at quarterback, a different quarterback from last week for South Charleston. And another whistle blown, play dead.
Number 50, Aaron Spurlock, I thought moved first, and that's what they're going to mark off. Yeah.
False start on the Black Eagles, so continuing to back themselves up. They're going to huddle up in the end zone now.
Yeah, I mean, they are looking at 1st and 26, and the ball is back at the 4.
So a dangerous spot for the Black Eagles. First down, and Miller gets another carry. This time he runs up the middle, tripped up as he crosses the 10-yard line. And some pushing and shoving as more flags fly.
22 makes the stop for Huntington. That's Walter Williams. Well, you knew there would probably be some hard feelings here with Wayne Harris and Jamari Tubbs both being at South Charleston last year, although Tubbs injured, not playing tonight. Didn't play last week either. Now they'll sort it out and figure out if we've got offsetting fouls or did somebody do a worse thing than somebody else.
Looks like maybe, as I glanced over to the replays, we're streaming on YouTube as well at the moment, a big pancake block for South Charleston, and maybe some exception taken after that. And so
number 2, Donovan Garrett is ejected for his penalty. So that hurts Huntington at defensive end and linebacker. And I believe they said number 18, maybe, receiver. Well, that'd be Devin Rader. We got him as kicker. It could have been 19 maybe. But not, it's basically offsetting except for the part where Donovan Garrett now has to set down. He had a great first game last week. Came out with 9 tackles and 1 fumble recovered.
An excellent Highlander defender is lost midway through the first quarter.
So it's still going to be second. Ball is still at the 4, so second 26 at the 4.
South Charleston really just needing a positive play to get some breathing room.
Must have been a targeting or a helmet, something along that line.
And the shotgun snap taken by Brown. Hands it off to Miller, who runs to his left this time. A minimal pickup, about a 2-yard gain.
Wayne Harris and Jordan Price make the stop. Price had 9 tackles in last week's game. So he said Harris had 2 tackles. One of those, though, was a tackle for a loss. So they pick up about 3 yards there.
Moved it a yard forward. So 3rd and long. You need to get the ball to the
23
to the 30-yard line for a first down.
And you'd like to just have some room so your punter isn't standing in the end zone.
Motion for South Charleston. 3 receivers to the near side and another penalty blown.
Looked like a legal procedure against the Black Eagles.
So just as they start to move a little forward, back up once again. Be half the distance to the goal. South Charleston really its own worst enemy to this point.
Yeah, that's fourth penalty for minus 35 yards so far. And they had to burn a timeout to save a fifth penalty.
So 3rd and 28 now. Shotgun snap taken by Brown. He rolls to his right, finds a man at the 20. Catch is made by Williams. He is knocked down right around the 20. So it's going to be short of the first down marker. It'll be 4th and 10. The punting unit runs out onto the field once again. So a good gain, about 18 yards, I believe, on the play, but backed themselves up so far, not enough to convert. So punting unit out on the field. Ball bounces just short of the 45-yard line, takes a South Charleston bounce, and lands right at the Huntington 49 once again. So the Highlanders will have good field position, set up shop right where they did on the last drive. And looks like that was Nick Reeby back to punt.
Number 19 with almost the same punt he had last time. This one 31 yards, but again at the 49 for Huntington, 1st and 10.
6-0, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in quarter number 1. Highlander offense going back to work. It's a 2 running back set. Laco takes the snap, fakes the handoff, runs to his left, makes a few cuts, and he is knocked down after a gain of 9.
Nice pickup there into South Charleston territory.
So it will be 2nd and 1 at the South Charleston 42-yard line.
Tackled by number 5 defensively, Jaden Barnett. Also 24 in on the stop. And again, we don't have a number 24 on our roster.
2 running backs set for the Highlanders once again. Handoff to Jackson. Runs up the middle, fighting through a few tackles. He's got the first down. Knocked down right around the 35-yard line. So they'll give him the 34 now. So gain of 8 on the play. Another fresh set of downs for the Highlanders.
They're down at the 35-yard line now. Gain of 7 on that last play.
Yeah, they moved the ball forward, then they moved it back a little bit there. So we'll stick with the 35. Shotgun formation for the Highlanders. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Handoff to Jackson, running to his right. A couple South Charleston defenders there, but he runs past them. Has the sideline almost. He is tripped up. A great run by the sophomore Zaza Jackson, knocked down at the 15.
Rasur Williams, sophomore defensive back, makes the touchdown-saving tackle there.
So that is a pickup of 20 yards on the carry. So the Highlanders now in the red zone, ball at the 15. And a
looks like
timeout signal.
In number 8 for South Charleston, Emerson Odell was down on a knee back up here at about the 35-yard line. So it's a quick injury timeout, and they'll send the players over to get a little water. Still kind of humid, even though it's not as hot tonight as it was last week.
Yeah, the sun going down as well, so it will continue to cool down throughout the game. Still 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Highlanders lead 6-0.
Yeah, Zaza Jackson was a step from taking that one on to the end zone. He just has another gear. He probably in a straight run, he's a little bit faster than Harris, but what I like about both of them, as they run, they can make moves. and they don't stop. They continue to move forward even as they're shifting their hips, their back, their feet.
Highlanders probably look for another good run from Jackson and company here. Set up shop inside the red zone, 1st and 15. Laco takes the snap, but no, he's passing this time. Looks down the field, and it's a touchdown. McNeely with the touchdown catch.
Malik McNeely, 6'3", 135-pound junior, makes his first catch of the season. Count for 6.
So if you're going to make your first catch, might as well make it in style.
Yep.
Gets the touchdown. The Highlanders lead increases 12-0 with 2.5 minutes left in quarter number 1. Johnny I on for the PAT. The snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 2.5 minutes left in our opening quarter, the Highlanders lead 13-0. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
Hello, my name is Seth Seldron. I'm here in my home studio where I write, record, produce, mix, and master all my own music, as well as write, record, and edit all kinds of videos. Making my own music and making videos allows me a certain creative outlet that I wouldn't otherwise have. And one day I hope to sort of combine the two, maybe create my own music videos, direct them, edit them, as well as produce music for myself and other people.
Cincinnati Bengals football on Sundays. Huntington Highlanders football now on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium. 2.5 minutes left in quarter number 1. Highlanders ahead 13-0 over the South Charleston Black Eagles. And kickoff just a moment ago by Johnny I landing in the end zone for a touchback.
Didn't have any kicks that reached the end zone last week. He's already had 2 here on the home turf.
So shotgun formation for South Charleston and a handoff to, I believe that was 33. And I'm glancing down our roster, Woody. We don't have a 33 either. But he is tackled after a gain of 4.
Well, maybe at the quarter break I can go down and see if the South Charleston guys calling the game maybe can fix a couple of those players up.
So that'll make it 2nd and 6 as we tick under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Two receivers to the far side, one to the near for South Charleston. The handoff once again to 33, but this time he is met around the line of scrimmage. Right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. It will be 3rd and 6.
Mayo, Gavin Adkins in on the stop.
So Huntington doing a great job on both sides of the ball so far. 2 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns, and the defense holding strong up to this point. They have another opportunity to get off the field quickly here if they can get the 3rd down stop. And before South Charleston get this play going, they request a timeout. Head coach Carl Lee did not like the looks of how this play was starting, so requests a timeout.
It's their 2nd already here in the first quarter. 58 seconds left to go.
Yep, South Charleston used its first timeout before the first play of the game. And so now, it's what he mentioned, taking 2 early ones, but really think this is a crucial play coming up here, Woody. South Charleston obviously wanting to drive the ball down the field here and get a score, making it a one-possession game once again. But if the Highlanders get the stop, before you know it, could be quickly a three-score game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So South Charleston offense back out on the field.
It might be one of these rare games where Huntington gets to play a number of backups if it continues along this path.
So 3rd and 6 for the Black Eagles. Brown sends a man in motion, takes the shotgun snap, rolls to his left, heaves the ball down the field, and pass interference is going to be called. Murray, the intended receiver, but he was slung down to the ground.
Yeah, I believe Avante Crawford with the penalty.
So the Black Eagles will certainly take that. The Highlanders
pick up their first down.
Yeah, do them a favor and move the chains. Not certain if maybe Crawford thought he was beat, so better just to pull him down instead of giving up the big touchdown.
Well, they were fencing going down the field, but I think that after a while they got, I got to think that's what, you're exactly right, that he thought he was going to be beat on the play.
So 51 seconds left in the quarter, and 1st and 10 for the Black Eagles. Ball at the 39-yard line. Brown takes the snap, rolls to his right. It's a quarterback run and shrugs off a few tacklers, but he is dropped in the backfield. Big loss.
Nice tackle there by the Bandit linebacker, Christian Saunders. He may be playing more tonight with Garrett sitting on the sidelines, and he wraps him up for a big loss of 9 yards.
Yep, it will be 2nd and 19 now after the loss. And even though that looked like a designed run, Brown maybe should have opted to throw that one out of play.
Yeah.
Live to fight another day. So once again, South Charleston with a big loss, sending themselves backwards on offense.
They've only had one play for positive yardage so far in the contest.
So 2nd and 19 now, ball at the 30-yard line. And before Brown can take the snap,
I believe it's a delay.
Yep. Dead ball, delay of game on South Charleston, so that will back them up even more. It'll make it 2nd and 24.
All the way back to the 25-yard line. Like I say, I mean, it's a new staff, and they're working through some things, and we've got a new quarterback on the field tonight, so it's probably tricky to get the right call in. I just can't remember any game where I've seen so many penalties against a team in the first quarter.
So 2nd and 24 now. South Charleston looks for positive yards. Brown takes the snap. Immediate pressure on him, but he rolls to his right and evades it. Nice scamper from him.
Jonathan Jackson knocks him out of bounds.
Pickup of 7. So that will make it about 3rd and 17 for the Black Eagles. Couple of substitutions made by South Charleston. Offense still in its huddle. See what head coach Carl Lee draws up on this 3rd and long. And trips receiver set to the far side of the field, one receiver to the near side. Brown takes the snap, hands the ball off up the middle to Miller.
Nothing there. Caillou Jackson there. Gavin Adkins as well.
And he is dropped in the backfield, so loses a few yards. Dropped at the 30-yard line. So that will end the first quarter. After 1, Huntington leads 13-0 over South Charleston. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
My Town Truck and RV of South Point is open for business. They have a huge selection of trucks and RVs with the best financing services out there. Buy with ease at My Town Truck and RV. Taking the next step towards ownership has been simplified. Their finance experts are ready to help you secure a low rate today. Visit their website at mytowntruckandrv.com. Fill out the pre-qualification app with no credit impact. Stop by today. My Town Truck and RV, located at 154 County Road 450 in South Point.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium for the start of the second quarter. After one, Huntington leads 13-0, and a misplay on the snap on the punt. So Huntington really set up now as the Highlanders will start this drive on the 19-yard line after that mishap on the punt. It's a four-receiver set, two to the near side, two to the far. Snap to Laco, hands the ball off to Graves, running to his left, and he is tripped down at the 16-yard line, gain of 3 on the play.
Nice job by number 10 for the South Charleston. Avery Pennell makes the stop. Also, Seagraves in on the stop. Did find out number 33 is Aaron Clark. We had him at 25. And 24 is Sheffield.
And the Laco pass is deflected and intercepted. Kenneth Catron, right spot at the right time, catches the deflection, and a turnover for the Highlanders. So Huntington really set up after the misplay on the punting snap and not able to do anything with it. Really big stop by the Black Eagles.
Well, that keeps their mistake from turning into points for Huntington.
So it will be 1st and 10 for the Black Eagles. Ball on their own 14-yard line. And South Charleston trying to quickly get this snap off, but flag flies. They let the play go. We'll see what the flag is for.
Jonathan Jackson upended number 1, Emilio Miller.
Yeah, right around the line of scrimmage. So waiting to see what the flag was for, but be no gain either way. And illegal procedure is called on South Charleston. The offense was not set. So another penalty on the Black Eagles.
That one's declined, though, so at least that one doesn't go against them.
So it will stay at 2nd and 10 after Miller was tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far for the Black Eagles. Brown back at quarterback, takes the snap, hands the ball off, and the Huntington defense once again quickly makes the stop at the line of scrimmage.
Robbie Barton, big number 73, makes that tackle.
And swallowed him up so quickly. I was still looking for the number there, but I believe that was Miller on the carry. So it will be 3rd and 10 for the Black Eagles. 10 minutes and 38 seconds left in the half. And another whistle, believe a timeout has been requested. Yep, South Charleston requests the timeouts, and now they're out. So that's what happens when you burn them early. 10.5 minutes left to go in the half, and they won't have any timeouts left to use for the remainder of the quarter.
So far they have one first down in the game. They also had
on it, click it,
reserve it, and drive it.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
That's right. Getting your new vehicle just got easier.
Visit any of our 6 locations and get a personalized experience in preferencing your next new vehicle.
Tag one of our pre-built invoices.
Or let's customize your exact features with our easy built-to-order process.
All we have to offer with shopping ease at ThornhillAutomotive.com.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride on the Thornhill Motor Mile.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavalette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavalette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com.
At 59, I saw Kevin Adkins really with the quarterback pressure, and Johnny Jackson was just draped all over the receiver.
So a quick stop by the Highlanders, and should have great field position once again, as South Charleston will be punting out of its own end.
2 punts for an average of 33.5 yards a punt, and 1 loss on the snap. That's matches what they did last week against Morgantown.
So looking for a good snap and a good kick here, but the snap a little high. Reeby, the punter, able to catch it, gets the punt off, and it bounces around the 50, takes a South Charleston bounce.
I don't really think that's a Wayne Harris thing. I think that's probably coming from the sideline. Let's let the ball hit.
Yep.
Roll, we'll be fine.
No reason to have a turnover there, no. Bad bounce. Never know what could happen off of the ricochet. So
his best punt of the night of 43 yards.
Yep, and the Highlanders will set up shop on their own 42-yard line. So once again, Huntington starting its offensive possession around the 50, really winning the battle of field position. So still over 10 minutes left in the half, 10 minutes and 8 seconds to be exact, as Gavin Locko and the Huntington High offense jog back onto the field. Play clock running low, but Locko gets the snap. It's a quarterback keeper, runs up the middle, hard hit.
32, Maury Lawton just rocked his world there.
But Locko right back up on his feet, a tough runner. Runs the ball a lot, so you hate to see your quarterback ever take a hit, but he's used to it.
I mean, that was a Wile E. Coyote kind of hit, though, where he actually shuddered when he hit him.
Yeah. So it was a pickup of 6. We'll make it 2nd and 4. Locko takes the snap, fires a short screen pass to Harris, and he does all he can to try and get back to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard on the play.
Jason Barnett breaks that up in the backfield, and they'll lose a yard on the play.
So that will make it 3rd and 5.
As we said, we knew they have some tremendous athletes on the defensive side. It's just, you can't play everybody both ways, and some players just aren't as good on one side as they are on the other.
And the offense has got to help the defense out
a little bit
at some point. So 3rd and 5 for the Highlanders. Locko takes the shotgun snap, looking down the field. Looking for Harris. Finds him at the 15. No! Had it, but the ball knocked out. A great play by Farrell in the secondary.
Yep, nice job of Solomon Farrell, number 12, just didn't give up on the tackle and broke the ball up. We saw Harris catch those for touchdowns last week against Spring Valley, and so did they on film, obviously.
Yep, Wayne Harris with 3 touchdowns in the season opener against Spring Valley. Played last season with South Charleston and racked up over 1,000 receiving yards and 13 touchdown catches. So they certainly know what he is capable of. So the Huntington offense stays on the field.
Kind of in no man's land here. If you punt, you know, you might be able to trap them deep, but do you really need to do that in a game you're already up 13-0? It should be worse than that.
Yep.
Huntington's let some opportunities go away, but.
And flags fly once again before play is able to start. Now, a little bit of movement from both teams there, so we'll wait and see.
Yeah, 33, that's Aaron Clark. He jumped, and so did Xavier Murray, number 6, but that caused number 10, McNeely of Huntington, to jump, so the refs will have to decide, was it an induced jump by the defense? Nope.
Yep, they are going to call the penalty on the Highlanders. So
now we will have, if there was a star of last week besides Wayne Harris, it would have been this young man, the true freshman, Tavion Wilson. 3 punts for a 44-yard average. The long was 59. One was down to inside the 20. The other one at the 2, inside the 5.
An excellent punt. Late in the game as well, forcing Spring Valley to go the length of the field. Wilson out to punt. Good snap. Kick is up. Bounces just outside of the 13. And a really good Huntington bounce.
Yep.
Got at least another 10 yards on the roll as it is touched at the 20. And that is where the South Charleston offense will start this possession.
38 yards, no return on that kick for Wilson. So South Charleston ready to get another chance here. I mean, it is only 13-0.
Yeah.
As much as Huntington's been in control of this game, there is no secret that this, if they can hit one long pass or something, it's a one-score game.
Yep. Defense doing just enough for South Charleston to keep them in the game. The interception earlier and then able to get a stop just now. So with 8.5 minutes left in the half, Highlanders lead still at 13. A swing pass for South Charleston to start this series.
Takes the side judge down over here.
Yep. It's a dangerous job as Miller banged into him as he was exiting the field of play.
Cam Veazey over there banging into Miller and the official as well.
So
might have been a 2-yard gain.
Yep. And a discussion amongst the officials near the Huntington High sideline.
Billy Seals nodding his head, so obviously he must think there's something good for the Highlanders in this.
And a holding penalty called on the Black Eagles. So once again, a self-inflicted wound, just making it tougher and tougher on themselves.
Yeah, and they said that was against the quarterback downfield, a late hold at the end of the play. It backs the ball up to the 13, so they got him at the 23 for the hold.
And it might have been the first time I've seen a holding call on a quarterback.
Yep. He did get a completion for 2 yards, but.
And a quarterback-designed run. Brown takes the snap, runs to his right. All kinds of Huntington defenders. He's got nowhere to go. Changes direction a few times. Decides to go left this time. Has a little bit of space, but it runs out, and he is knocked down as he was able to get outside of the 5. He ran all over the field, but he is dropped at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that time Wayne Harris came up to hit his old teammate, and he got some help as well, but Harris with a nice stop there.
So, yeah, he probably ran about 30 or so yards to lose a few. And it is 2nd and 22.
Yeah, lost 5 yards on that run.
Seven minutes and 15 seconds left in the opening quarter, and South Charleston, I believe they attempted to request a timeout, but they're out of timeout,
Yes.
so they can't. So that will be a delay of game penalty. And a lot of these penalties, Woody, happening down in their own end, so just continuing to give themselves no breathing room.
That's their 8th penalty for minus 60 yards in a quarter and a half. So the ball's back at the 4, 2nd and 25.
It's a shotgun formation for South Charleston. And another flag before the play can get going. Waiting to see the call, and looks like this one is going to be on the Highlanders. So they do get a little bit of that breathing room back, does South Charleston. So the ball back out to around the 8-yard line. Back to 2nd and 22. Brown takes the snap. It's a short pass to Miller. Miller runs forward down the far side of the field past the 10. Knocked down, I believe, about the 12-yard line. So
Khalif Ty, the whiz, comes over and makes the stop.
After a short gain of 4 yards. So the ball now at the 12. South Charleston needs to get it to the 30 for a fresh set of downs. 3rd and 18.
Third down to make for Cowboys.
13 seconds left on the play clock, and South Charleston still yet to break its huddle.
4, 3, 2, 1. They're not even set yet.
And another delay of game, and head coach Carl Lee has got to be furious at this point.
I mean, I don't know who is in charge of that on the team. That backs them back up to the 7 now. I can't remember this many delays in a single. 1, 2, 3, 4 have been called. 2 were saved with a timeout.
And South Charleston out of timeout, so unable to save themselves anymore.
And the clock's running, and they're just breaking the huddle again.
Yep, it's got to be frustrating for South Charleston, and it's got to be a little frustrating for Huntington as well, trying to get into a groove, but so much stop and start.
They're going to move the ball back to the 4. They can only penalize them 3 yards because they were at the 7.
So it is 3rd and 26.
What I don't understand is why they have to keep huddling after they.
And they finally get the play off, and almost a safety swing pass to Emilio Miller.
Yep.
And he is cut down at the 1-yard line. So finally brings up 4th down. And now punter Nick Reeby really backed up. His heels just about out of bounds at the edge of the end zone. So South Charleston really can't afford a bad snap on this punt. Snap back. Reeby gets the kickoff, but it's a short one. Harris catches it at the 29-yard line. Makes a man miss inside the 20. Pushes forward, and he is knocked down inside of the 15. I'll mark him.
Number 6 coming up to make the stop is Avian Murray, but a nice return by Harris.
Yep, they will mark him right around the 15, spot the ball at the 14. So a 15-yard return for Harris. And the Highlanders will start this drive in the red zone. So you mentioned earlier, Woody, South Charleston really just a play away from making it a one-score game. Huntington really needs to capitalize on this opportunity.
Yeah.
2 running backs set for the Highlanders. Snap to Laco. Quick pass to Harris. He's got some space, cuts inside, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Highlanders. And a penalty marker flies down on the field, but that was thrown after Harris entered the end zone, so got to imagine that is a penalty after the play. So a 14-yard catch and score by Harris, and he scores a touchdown against his former team. And an unsportsmanlike penalty called on the Highlanders, unsportsmanlike conduct. And one called on South Charleston as well. Or no, I'm sorry, it might have been heard from somebody else in the booth, personal foul on Huntington, but official only announced a personal foul on the Black Eagles, and that will be enforced on the kickoff. So I on for the PAT. Snap is good, kick is up, and it's good. So with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in the half, the Highlanders lead 20-0. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Hello, my name is Seth Seldron. I'm here in my home studio where I write, record, produce, mix, and master all my own music, as well as write, record, and edit all kinds of videos. Making my own music and making videos allows me a certain creative outlet that I wouldn't otherwise have. And one day I hope to sort of combine the two, maybe create my own music videos, direct them, edit them, as well as produce music for myself and other people.
Football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium. 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first half. Huntington currently leads 20-0 over South Charleston. Johnny I just about to kick the ball off, and kicking it off from South Charleston's 45 after an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and it's an onside kick, but
Johnny I trying to get to the ball.
But yeah, it looks like South Charleston just beat him to it.
Number 23 comes knifing up there from the front row. That's Jaden Green, gets the recovery.
I like the idea, though, by Coach Seals. You're already on South Charleston's side of the field. Their offense hasn't shown the ability to move the ball, so might as well try to get it right back. And
it's the best field position of the whole game.
Yeah, that's right. So maybe now South Charleston will be able to get the ball moving a little bit. They aren't so far backed up in their own end. So it is 1st and 10. Ball at the 34-yard line. Brown takes the snap once. A quick screen pass for Catron at the far side of the field, but unable to connect. That'll make it 2nd and 10.
Jordan Kenneth, Ketron, Catron.
So that play eating up just a few seconds, 3 minutes and 59 seconds remain in the first half of action. Shotgun set for the Black Eagles. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Brown takes the snap, hands the ball off to Miller, who is met at the line of scrimmage, and he will actually lose a yard on the carry, so it will be 3rd and 11.
Jordan Price knifes in there from the linebacker position to get a 1-yard loss on the play.
So another 3rd and long for the Black Eagles. 3.5 minutes left in the half, so if you're Huntington, wanting to get another quick stop here and should have enough time to try and drive down the field and get another score before half. Brown takes the snap, hands the ball off.
Gives it to Aaron Clark, the big man.
Yeah, the big man rumbling, stumbling forward. A nice pickup. Probably the best run of the night.
Devontae Crawford with the stop.
And he is tripped up just short of the first down marker. So we'll see if the Black Eagles go for it. They're keeping the offense on the field. Got to imagine Clark could potentially be getting the ball again after that great run.
Yeah, you know, he's listed as 6'1", 280. He might even be bigger than that.
Shades of Jerome Bettis. 4th and 1. Clark does get the handoff. And he makes a man miss. Stumbles forward before he is tripped up just short of midfield. But a flag thrown.
Devontae Crawford gets the tackle. He tripped at the line, and you know, for a big guy, he very daintily stepped out of that tackle and tacked on 10 yards.
Pretty nimble on his feet. Waiting to see what the call on the field is for the penalty marker.
Yeah.
And it is a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and that is going to be on South Charleston. So as soon as you get a little bit of momentum, another penalty sending you back.
Wow. I mean, and they caught it on 33, Aaron Clark, the running back. So and they didn't give him a first. It stays 4th down, so now they've got a punt.
Well, it looks, yeah.
Oh, no, it was 4th down.
Yep. It was a dead ball foul, so fresh set of downs, but they move backwards. Ball now at the 34-yard line. Brown on the quarterback keeper runs to his right. Cut down by the Highlanders defense at the 39-yard line.
Knifing in there was number 5, Zaza Jackson, who has really improved on his tackling. He's made some great open field tackles the last 2 games.
A great two-way player. Led the Highlanders in interceptions last season.
6-yard gain.
So 2nd and 6. Clark once again shrugs off the initial tacklers, and it takes a host of Highlander defenders to bring him down, but he is going to lose a few yards on this carry.
The bottom of the pile for the Highlanders was Zaza Jackson again, along with Cam Veazey.
So a loss of 2 yards on the play, and now the Highlanders request a timeout. With 1 minute and 29 seconds left in the half. So South Charleston finally finding something that's working on offense. Clark with a couple of good carries, but already into this 20-0 hole. They would love a score before half, set this back to a 2-score game.
Yeah, you know, the first down they picked up was the first non-penalty pickup of the game. They got one on the penalty in the 3rd series. This is the 7th series they've run 2 first downs in the whole first half.
Really tough going for the Black Eagle offense, who is still yet to score this season. Shut out in the season opener and
had the same problems last week with delays and blocked punts and bad snaps.
So it is 3rd and 6 with a minute and a half left to go in the first half of action. Shotgun snap to Brown, rolls to his left, fires the ball down the field, and it's intercepted.
Devontae Crawford, nice pick.
Great job getting his head around and finding the ball. And
it's Crawford's first pick.
And so now the Highlanders will set up shop on the 27-yard line.
54 lost his helmet again. Devin Pugh That would have been a really interesting to see what they would have done. He's their center, but instead, just he'll have to set one play out now.
So just 1 minute and 23 seconds left in the half. The Highlanders will try to strike quickly.
Probably their worst field position of the game.
Shotgun snap to Laco, some pressure. He is able to run out of that and forward for a good pickup.
Aaron Clark was just about to put 280 pounds on him, and he stepped away from him and got as far as he could, got the first down, and got out of bounds to save the clock.
Now that'll motivate you to speed up, and he gets just enough for the first down, gain of 10.
Yeah, that man probably makes the ground rumble when he's chasing you.
So a fresh set of downs for the Highlanders. Ball now out to the 37-yard line.
3 carries for 30 yards for Laco. He leads. He and Jackson have most of the yardage on the ground.
Laco had a ton of success running against South Charleston last season, running for 5 touchdowns. He looks to throw now. And his pass unable to connect on the far side of the field. Was that intended for Harris, I believe?
Yep.
Just short hops on the turf. That'll make it 2nd and 10. 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the half. Trips receiver set to the Highlanders to the far side of the field. 1 receiver to the near side. Laco takes the snap. Has some pressure, and he is brought down.
Well, he falls down, I guess, truthfully. 32, Maury Lawton was in there, as well as number 5, Jaden Barnett, but he was trying to make a spin move of some sort, and as he spun, he just lost his footing and fell down, losing all the way back to the 30-yard line, so a loss of 7.
So it'll make it 3rd and 17. Clock is rolling at 35 seconds. Laco receives the snap. A short pass this time to Jackson. Jackson quickly speeds up the field, gets past the 40. He's knocked down.
Wrapped up by number 6, Xavier Murray.
So knocked down at the 43-yard line, a pickup of 13 yards. And Huntington uses a timeout. The Highlanders' 2nd of the half, so still 1 left to use with 23 seconds left. Maybe try to get a big play down the field and call a timeout, go for a field goal. Ball still on Huntington's 43, so need some yards to get into Johnny I's range.
Yeah, 4th down, and guess they feel like they might as well go for it here. 23 seconds left. Like I say, South Charleston certainly has the rushing and the receivers to make a big play, but you know, now the quarterback is having his first start. That's number 7, Peyton Brown. He's a junior after Jacob Wilson didn't do so well last week, although he hit 7 of 20 for 28 yards, 1 interception, but he rushed 1 time, lost 10 yards, and fumbled the ball away.
South Charleston offense still looking for its first points of the season, but for now, Huntington still on offense, and the play is blown dead before the Highlanders can get
like
this 4th down going.
Tyrus Mayo jumped, I know, inside, and that's who it's on.
So a false start, and with that, see some shuffling around, and the punting unit heads onto the field.
Well, it's too far to go on that play, so.
And after a really good half, probably don't want to risk South Charleston one big play and then they score. So Wilson back to punt. Snap right at his chest. Kick end over end, bouncing at the 30, taking a Highlanders bounce, rolling inside of the 15, down at the 13-yard line. So another good kick for Wilson.
50-yard kick and ball down at 12, officially 51 yards. Nice kick.
So 11.9 seconds left in the half. Would not be surprised if South Charleston elects to just kneel the ball down here and get into the half.
Make that a 45-yard kick, I'm sorry. I didn't take much math at Marshall.
I didn't either, don't worry. So as the offense lines up, not looking like a kneel formation. It's a shotgun set. Brown takes it, quickly looks to the far side of the field, but the pass is broken up by the Highlander secondary.
Zaza Jackson just missed pick 6 there.
Yep, just able to knock the ball away, but if he was there a half second earlier, very well could have been a pick 6, as Woody mentioned. So takes off about half the clock that was left, now at 6.9 seconds. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far. Brown takes the snap, hands the ball off to Miller, who is knocked down after a short 1-yard gain. And that's the first half of action. So after the first half of play, probably a little bit left to be desired by the Highlanders, but solid first half of play, and you'll always take being up 20-0 at the break.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, things could certainly be worse, and so, you know, go in and clean some things up here, not worry so much about what they're doing, just focus more on yourself, come out and work second half.
We're going to step aside for a quick break. We'll have the halftime show when we return. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Hi, I'm Zach Lawton. I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. When I'm back home in Charleston, you can find me in my local Par-Mar store.
We had that golden boot pride at Par-Mar. There are literally hundreds of Par-Mar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Par-Mar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Par-Mar. West Virginia proud, West Virginia strong, and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it. Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Biggie Bag.
Hello, my name is Seth Seldron. I'm here in my home studio where I write, record, produce, mix, and master all my own music, as well as write, record, and edit all kinds of videos. Making my own music and making videos allows me a certain creative outlet that I wouldn't otherwise have. And one day I hope to sort of combine the two, maybe create my own music videos, direct them, edit them, as well as produce music for myself and other people.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week, presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute and Campbell County Schools, is brought to you in part by Jason W. Elkins at Elkins State Farm Agency. Jason can help you find coverage that works for you. Jason W. Elkins, State Farm Agent, 4346 5th Street Road, Huntington. TaxMasters ProBooks Plus is your tax and bookkeeping specialist. Visit TaxMastersProBooksPlus.com or call 740-867-8333. Kindred Communications, radio, digital, events, print, KindredCom.net. Fueled by your neighborhood Par-Mar stores. The spirit of competition. You see it throughout the community. Friends and neighbors challenging themselves in whatever they do, giving it their all. Since 1901, Putnam County Bank is right there with you, competing for your business, stepping up for our community, and moving our region forward. That's why Putnam County Bank is proud to be your hometown bank, making our community stronger, all while striving to be the best, helping you develop and grow. That's the goal of Putnam County Bank. Coach Billy Seals and the Huntington High School football team would like to thank all their sponsors for their generous donations this season. If you'd like to support the Highlanders, please email for more information.
Hey Google, can you order me a McDonald's Happy Meal, please?
A Happy Meal is a form of kids' meal sold at the fast food restaurant chain McDonald's since June 1979.
I already know that.
You know so much. I admire that.
Hey Google, I'm waiting for my Happy Meal.
Happy Meal? I'm not sure.
I like a girl toy in my Happy Meal, chicken McNuggets, Go-Gurt, and an apple juice.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Mom, hey, Google's not working.
According to Wikipedia, the Happy Meal contains a main item, a side item, and a drink.
Hey, Google, I'll just get something from my mom instead.
My Town Truck and RV of South Point is open for business. They have a huge selection of trucks and RVs with the best financing services out there. Buy with ease at My Town Truck and RV. Taking the next step towards ownership has been simplified. Their finance experts are ready to help you secure a low rate today. Visit their website at mytowntruckandrv.com. Fill out the pre-qualification app with no credit impact. Stop by today. My Town Truck and RV, located at 154 County Road 450 in South Point.
The culture here at Mount West is to facilitate student success in a variety of ways.
Students know that somebody cares. They know that there's somebody on the other table that is willing to do everything they can to make them successful.
Somebody can walk in the door not knowing what they want to do, and they can talk through what their options might be.
There's a program or a pathway for you here at Mount West. We have a pathway for anybody.
Fantastic show, Highlanders.
The most success because he has the power back and run through contact.
Right. I mean, a 280 pounder hitting you when you're, say, a 170-pound cornerback or a 190-pound safety. I mean, that's 100 pounds you're giving up there, and it's going to make you think about hitting him. You know, if you have to hit him constantly, linebackers, defensive linemen are a little less in that mode. But I think Huntington's defense has played really well But again, I think there's addition by subtraction almost the way it's going. You kind of zone out when they just keep blowing the whistle. They keep throwing the flag. They keep marking off downs against one team or the other. I mean, it's 14 penalties accepted. You know, I'm not sure how many were waived off, but it's just a lot of penalties for a 20-0 halftime.
It's just hard to get into a rhythm as well.
Absolutely.
Kinda, you know, and you know, same thing for us as well. Stop and start.
Even at the end of the quarter, I went down to ask the people of South Charleston. I stopped first. Our coaches are in a booth down there, and I was like, "Who's 33?" And they're like, "I think that's Clark." I went, "Okay." I said, "And who's 24?" And they go, "We don't have a 24 on this roster." So I checked with the radio, and they said it's Sheffield. Well, we don't have a Sheffield.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
My Town Truck and RV of South Point is open for business. They have a huge selection of trucks and RVs with the best financing services out there. Buy with ease at My Town Truck and RV. Taking the next step towards ownership has been simplified. Their finance experts are ready to help you secure a low rate today. Visit their website at mytowntruckandrv.com. Fill out the pre-qualification app with no credit impact. Stop by today. My Town Truck and RV, located at 154 County Road 450 in South Point.
Hi, I'm Casey Legg, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home in Charleston, you will find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that golden blue pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Oh no!
What's wrong?
Our bank just sold our mortgage to a company I've never even heard of before.
I didn't understand that was something that could happen. This is an out-of-state company. Well, this isn't a decision we would have made.
Looks like our bank made it for us.
At Huntington Federal, we never sell the mortgages of those who've entrusted us with something as important as the financing of their home.
Now what do we do?
I'm going to get online and apply for a new Huntington Federal mortgage today.
Huntington Federal. Local then, local now.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington. A fun, casual joint.
Okay, Amy, are you going to pass or press your Dutch?
I'm gonna press my Dutch. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop!
All right, Wes, your turn. Are you going to pass or press your Dutch? I'm going to press my Dutch. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop. That's the grand prize!
Congratulations, Wes. You've won this brand new Kia Sportage for only $269 a month.
Hello, my name is Seth Seldron. I'm here in my home studio where I write, record, produce, mix, and master all my own music, as well as write, record, and edit all kinds of videos. Making my own music and making videos allows me a certain creative outlet that I wouldn't otherwise have. And one day I hope to sort of combine the two, maybe create my own music videos, direct them, edit them, as well as produce music for myself and other people.
Food Fair has a new and convenient way for you to save. Introducing Clip and Save digital coupons. Just go to your local Food Fair, sign up for Cart Cash, then set up an online shopping account at foodfairmarkets.com, and you're ready to start clipping. Use your Food Fair app while shopping and clip your item right there in the store. Your savings will be applied as you check out. It's quick, easy, and convenient. Save on all your favorite items with Clip and Save digital coupons. Food Fair, where convenience and quality meet.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hey Google, can you order me a McDonald's Happy Meal, please?
A Happy Meal is a form of kids' meal sold at the fast food restaurant chain McDonald's since June 1979.
I already know that.
You know so much. I admire that.
Hey Google, I'm waiting for my Happy Meal.
Happy Meal? I'm not sure.
I like a girl toy in my Happy Meal, chicken McNuggets, Go-Gurt, and an apple juice.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Mom! Hey, Google's not working!
According to Wikipedia, the Happy Meal contains a main item, a side item, and a drink.
Hey Google, I'll just get something from my mom instead.
Hi, I'm Casey Legg, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home in Charleston, you will find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that golden blue pride at Par-Mar. There are literally hundreds of Par-Mar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Par-Mar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Par-Mar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
ProSource, formerly Aaron's Business Solutions, is your leader in Toshiba communications, including copiers and total office automation. ProSource can handle all your print management and IP service needs. ProSource has the best in office supplies and office furniture in the tri-state. Call ProSource today at 304-522-7022 or visit them at 1041 8th Avenue, Huntington. ProSource is a proud supporter of Huntington High School football. Go Highlanders!
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Dr. Mark Subik and Marshall Health say go Highlanders. Dr. Subik is proud to serve our community as a gastroenterologist at Marshall Health, so you can receive the specialized care you need right here in the tri-state. Dr. Subik is a board-certified physician with years of experience treating digestive health, reflux disease, abdominal care, and more. He's also proficient at performing endoscopic procedures and screening for all types of gastrointestinal cancers. He is currently accepting new adult patients and referrals at the Irma Ora Bird Clinical Center in Huntington. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Subik, call Marshall Health today, 304-691-1000. That's 304-691-1000. Or visit marshallhealth.org for more information. Dr. Subik and Marshall Healthcare are proud to support Huntington High School football and wish all the student athletes a safe and successful season. They look forward to cheering on the team all the way to the championship. Go Highlanders! The Drive with Paul Swan, weekdays at 5. Huntington Highlanders football now on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium. The second half of action between Huntington High and South Charleston just about to begin. I'm Christian Palmer, worked alongside by Woody Woodrum. An exciting first half of play, Woody, and we mentioned the offense for Huntington leaving maybe a little bit to be desired. Now, they still did put up 20 points, but had a couple of short fields. But they'll get the ball to open the second half and look to drive down the field and get another score here.
Yeah, 142 yards total offense is not a big night, but one of the things that has happened, it's 3 touchdown passes for Gavin Locko in the first half. Now, last year, he had 5 rushing touchdowns against this South Charleston team. Well, the record at Huntington in any game is 4 touchdown passes, and that came way back early on in my career here, back home at Winfield. Deion Jackson hit 4 touchdowns against the Generals back in September of 2015. So Gavin Locko could be left in. I don't know that he will. I saw both quarterbacks, the backups, warming up. Avante Crawford, 13, is also a safety. Jackson Hatfield, number 12, is out there. They were throwing on the sidelines. But we might see if he possibly gets in there and gets a chance at tying the record at least. And as for South Charleston, I mean, it's just we've got to figure out what we can do. to try to slow this Huntington team down, because Huntington hasn't had the ball that much. They've had 6 series, but they've had such good field position that they have hit 7 of 10 passes for 77 yards is all, but 3 touchdowns and then the 1 interception on the tip pass. They've run the ball 9 times for 65 yards. So, it's not like they're tearing it up here, but they're certainly playing as well as can be expected in a game where, as we've talked about probably excessively, it's so hard to get in a rhythm when you're constantly having. I mean, we had 14 penalties that were taken in the first half. There were some more that were called and were just waved off. So, South Charleston, they stayed down in the end zone, talk it out, and get ready to go here in the second half. They've got a kick to Huntington to get things started, and this will be number 18. We've seen different punter than we thought maybe we'd see, but Devin Rader is a sophomore, 5'10", 130. He's the kicker, and you kind of wonder what they're going to do. You wouldn't think they'd want to kick it to Zaza Jackson or Wayne Harris.
Now, certainly 2 big playmakers for the Highlanders, so we'll know in just a moment what he's going to do is he'll have to readjust the ball back onto the tee.
They also didn't put the 3 minutes back on the clock after they ran the 20 off.
They did.
That's kind of different. We were hearing from down the press box, Old Dominion leading Virginia Tech at halftime, and Grant Wells has thrown a couple of picks.
And the kickoff is almost out of bounds, but touched just before.
Yeah, Wayne Harris wanted to try to make a play. Should have probably let that one go out of bounds, but he lets it hits off his hands. It goes out at the 16 for the worst field position of the game for Huntington.
So the Highlanders needing to go almost the length of the field. Okay, starting position, but, I mean, they've been spoiled, the offense, so far. A few drives starting around the 50, one drive starting at South Charleston's 15, and that was a quick one-play drive. Wayne Harris with a touchdown catch. So
Locko in at quarterback, start the second half.
1st and 10 for the Highlanders, ball at the 16. Shotgun set. Locko sends a man in motion and pitches it out to the right, and running forward with a ton of wide open space. That's Zaza Jackson.
Just like he did last year in the South Charleston game when Zaza Jackson went 89 yards. This time it's only 84 yards on an end-around touchdown.
So, man, just shot out of a cannon was Zaza. He was moving so quickly, I had a hard time seeing his number there for a moment. But
he seems to increase speed as he's running. Other players seem to be dropping off, and he's just getting faster as he gets into open ground. What a great lead block there. I think Harris was out there along with 29, tight end Christian Saunders kind of got a block, but then it was all smooth sailing.
So just 19 seconds into the half, Huntington scores. And now on for the PAT. Kick is up and good. So with 11 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third quarter, Huntington leads 26-0. We're going to step aside for a short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Can't get much for $5 these days unless.
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it. Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
My Town Truck and RV of South Point is open for business. They have a huge selection of trucks and RVs with the best financing services out there. Buy with ease at My Town Truck and RV. Taking the next step towards ownership has been simplified. Their finance experts are ready to help you secure a low rate today. Visit their website at mytowntruckandrv.com. Fill out the pre-qualification app with no credit impact. Stop by today. My Town Truck and RV, located at 154 County Road 450 in South Point.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Marshall's Thundering Herd football on Saturdays. Huntington Highlanders football now on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Bob Seng Stadium. Johnny kickoff into the end zone for a touchback after the Zaza Jackson touchdown. Huntington leads 26-0 early on in this third quarter. South Charleston with the ball. And
number one, Miller, wrapped up very quickly by Gavin Adkins, also Cam Veazey.
And Emilio Miller getting the carry to the left to start this series for the Black Eagles.
Lost 2 on the play.
Be 2nd and 12.
He's 7 rushes for -6 yards.
So a 4-receiver set now for the Black Eagles. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Brown sends a man in motion, but it's a quarterback keeper. But he is going to lose yards on this carry. Tackled in the backfield.
Gavin Atkins is having a game. You know, he got moved to the starting right tackle. His brother Jesse shifted over to right guard for this game. But with Garrett out from the personal foul in the first half, that's meant he's got to go at that end, and he has just had a monster night so far.
He certainly has so far. So a loss of 1 on the previous play. That'll make it 3rd and 13 for the Black Eagles.
That's 6 carries for -7 yards for the quarterback. And it's a delay.
And
it was very close on the last play.
Yep. South Charleston once again struggling with it looks like they were able to get the time off.
Yeah, just
in
before.
Time. So able to save themselves a few yards for the time being, but you don't want to eat up all those timeouts early like they did in the first half.
That's for sure. Like I say, I just don't see any clock understanding out of their quarterback. Number 7 is Peyton Brown. Didn't play last week, 6'1", 175 junior. So he just doesn't seem to come to the line, and I know that the clock is down there. I know it's big and red, and he should be able to pick it up, but he just doesn't seem to have that awareness that a quarterback has to have. I mean, when you break the huddle, you've got to take a quick look at it just so you know where you're at.
Yep. Should have plenty of time to get the snap off now at the line of scrimmage and gets it off now. Brown will roll to his right, throws a pass over the middle, but it's intercepted.
Jordan Price.
And it's a pick 6 for Price. The Huntington lead extends. It is now 33-0 in favor of the Highlanders.
So Jordan Price with a pick 6 for the Highlanders. 9:49, and Huntington getting ugly.
And we mentioned, Woody, the score almost closer than the game had felt in the first half, but now Huntington making it right about where it should be now, 33-0, and I on for the extra point. The snap is good, kick is up, and it is good. So with 9 minutes and 49 seconds left in the third quarter, the Highlanders lead 34-0. We're going to step aside for another short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Boxing Stadium. 9 minutes and 49 seconds left in quarter number 3. A couple of quick scores by the Huntington Highlanders. And Huntington now ahead 34-0. South Charleston offense back out on the field. It's a handoff to Clark, the big back. Runs his way forward for a short gain.
Number 29 coming up, making the stop. Christian Saunders has had a nice night. He's had to play more with Garrett out, and he's done a nice job there at the outside linebacker.
Another tackle for him and another carry for Clark. Clark taken down after a gain of 2, so that'll make this a 2nd and 8.
5 carries, 24 yards for Clark. He's been their best offense.
Just over 9 minutes left in this third quarter. The handoff to Clark once again. He takes a few defenders with him. Really powerful running back is Clark. Had to fight for the minimal gain.
Boy, Cam Beasy got taken for a ride on that one, though. He hit the big man and hung on for life. Then somebody's helmet came off again. It's the center's Devin Pugh.
He's had an issue with that tonight.
Yeah.
And that was a 4-yard pickup by Clark.
One of their better offensive plays of the night. They've had a 6-yard reception and a 10-yard run have been the highlights so far.
So this is now a 3rd and 4 for the Black Eagles.
Good
Shotgun snap to Brown. Pressure immediately, but he is able to get out of it. Pretty nice wheels on Brown. And he evades a few tackles, steps out of bounds right around the first down marker, but they're going to call him a yard short.
Yeah, he made a nice scramble. He got a lot of pressure from Robbie Martin up the middle, but stepped out just before the corner got there. I think that was Zaza Jackson was diving for his feet as he does on those big guys, and so it leaves him 1 yard short. Clock's only at 30 right now, but they're going to punt.
The punting unit runs back out on the field. 4th and 1 had to be tempting to go for it, but backed up on your own 29-yard line, not wanting to risk it. So Nick Reeby back for the punt. High snap, does all he can to get the kick off. High and short.
And they called a penalty on Rob Martin for running into the punter. He held his hands up, and he couldn't stop his momentum. If you weigh 275, it's hard to stop all at once.
Certainly
and
is.
so he runs into the kicker, and that should be a 3rd first down of the game for South Charleston.
And another first down awarded by penalty, but they will take it. So Highlanders with a little self-inflicted wound there.
But a first down for the South Charleston team, desperately needed.
So the South Charleston offense just looking for any kind of momentum, still looking to score their first points of the season. Shut out last week 50-0 to Morgantown. And the Huntington defense shutting out the Black Eagles to this point. 3 receivers to the near side, but the play blown dead. A false start on South Charleston. That was on Solomon Farrell.
So as you're getting into decent field position, you lose 5 on the first play.
Yeah, it's almost how it's been tonight. They'll take 1 step forward and 2 steps back offensively.
11th penalty for minus 83 yards.
And now all kinds of space for Clark. Runs for the first down, cuts inside. A great run for Clark. Runs into Huntington territory. Knocked down at the Highlander 39-yard line.
22 helping make the stop for the Highlanders was Walt Williams, and I guarantee you, Walt Williams goes 6'1", 175. That's a lot of weight to have to stop.
So a big gain by Clark from the...
And they're into Huntington territory.
Yeah, 29 to the 39.
Got there once, and then penalty took them right back out.
So a 32-yard pickup, and they go right back to Clark. Not as much space this time, but still able to just keep those legs moving and pick up about 3 yards on the 1st and 10.
Gavin Atkins in there. Cam Veazey, he lost his helmet. He'll have to come out for a minute. Robbie Martin in there as well. So gain is to the 36-yard line.
8 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Huntington leads South Charleston 34-0. Three receivers to the near side for Brown, but it's a quarterback keeper. Runs up the middle for a first down, but the ball's out. The ball is out, and it looks like the Highlanders have it.
Khalif Ty comes up with the ball, the safety for Huntington, the strong safety.
So a couple of turnovers already in the second half caused by the Highlanders defense.
Didn't see if somebody caused that fumble or the quarterback just lost it, but fumble recovered by the Wiz, as they call him here on the team. Number 1, Khalif Ty Jr.
Wonder if he's a big Wiz Khalifa fan. Must be.
I bet so.
So a 1st and 10 for the Highlanders. 7.5 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. 2 running backs set for Laco. He takes the snap, hands the ball off. I believe that it was Harris getting the carry. Knocked down at the 31-yard line. So a short pickup of 3 yards on the play.
Harris hasn't touched the ball a lot tonight. He has made up for it in other areas.
Yep, effective when touching the ball, though. A touchdown earlier in the first half. It's a quarterback keeper this time for Laco. Space to his left. Makes a man miss. And he is finally directed out of bounds just after he crosses midfield.
Laco with a big carry. Sheffield chases him out of bounds, but he has a real deceptive running motion. He kind of stutter steps, and it sometimes makes people that can't stop, and then he's off to the races on the next play.
So that was a 20-yard pickup by Laco.
In the game, he's got 6 rushes for 52 yards.
And the Highlanders now in Black Eagle territory. Ball at the 49-yard line. Laco takes the snap, rolls to his right, and is able to find his man. That was Harris, and his catch just a yard or two short of the first down marker. They'll mark it an 8-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 2.
It's his 4th catch of the game. He now has 21 yards. His first 2 catches went for 0 and -1, but since then, 13-yard touchdown and then an 8-yarder added to it.
So 2nd and short now for the Highlanders. Moving the ball well in this second half. Laco takes the snap, hands the ball off, and powering forward inside of the 40-yard line. Believe that was Graves with the carry, but finally seeing his back now. Dedrick Graves.
Well, he did something on that play that the coaches are after him all the time to do, and that is just plant your foot and run straight ahead. East-west, no fakes, no shuffling your feet. He's 210 pounds, and he's going to get bigger. Just a sophomore early in his career here.
Now, that's a big sophomore. So, another first down for the Highlanders. Ball at South Charleston's 36-yard line. Laco takes the snap, hands it off to Graves once again. He's got another first down and more. Runs over a defender at the 20-yard line where he is stopped. So another solid pickup by Graves. I believe that was a 16-yard pickup. 36 to the 20. And now the Highlanders right on the edge of the red zone at the 20. I guess technically in it now, right at the 20. It's looking to punch in another score.
3 first downs on this drive for the Highlanders.
Just over 5 minutes left to go in third quarter, and another equipment issue.
Couldn't get it snapped up that time. These new helmets, they go to the high hookup with a lot of them are screwed in there though, but that's in the right L. When you wear the shut, it's still a snap-on, and those have a tendency to unbuckle a lot during games, which is why some teams just quit using them.
It seems like both teams having some helmet issues tonight. So shotgun snap to Laco, quick pass looking for Harris, but the pass lands incomplete off the hands of Harris. So that will make it.
And that was a backwards pass, which I know Harris didn't realize that. Nobody was scrambling. Now they say it wasn't. I thought it was a backwards pass for a fumble. Look at that on the replay, but the referees say no, we'll bring it back, so it's 2nd and 10.
The ball stays at the 20-yard line for the Highlanders. 2 running backs set for Laco. Takes the snap, but it's a quarterback keeper. Running to his left and through a few defenders, rolls forward, and he's going to be just a yard short of the sticks.
He's wrapped up by number 14, Aiden Seagraves, but they've got number 52, one of their linemen down on the turf, Tyrell Ellis. He goes both ways, so I'm sure it looked, you want to say it's cramping the way he's kind of rolling around there. He kicks his helmet off. I will say this about the Huntington training staff and the Huntington coaches. They really emphasize this, and I see it a lot. At practice, players bring their own water, and, of course, they have the big water tanker, or they call the Camel. They preach hydration all the time. We didn't see anybody cramp in week 1 when it was a lot more hot.
Yep.
Tonight it was a lot more humid, and still no cramping for Huntington. So that's really a well-done job by the staff.
And they are stretching out the injured player on the field right now. So I believe you are right, Woody. Looks like a cramp.
Stretching those calves. Try to get, although my physical level of exertion nowhere touching football players, it's something I have to watch. I take extra potassium and magnesium.
Out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week, presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute and Cabell County Schools, is brought to you in part by Jason W. Elkins at Elkins State Farm Agency. Jason can help you find coverage that works for you. Jason W. Elkins, State Farm Agent, 4346 5th Street Road, Huntington. TaxMasters ProBooks Plus is your tax and bookkeeping specialist. Visit TaxMastersProBooksPlus.com or call 740-867-8333. Kindred Communications, radio, digital, events, print, kindredcom.net. Fueled by your neighborhood Parmar store.
Legends, but Yeah, early season games, they should absolutely mandate a water break because so many kids go both ways.
So both teams back on the field now, ready to resume play. 3rd and short for the Highlanders. Laco hands the ball off, and stopped in the backfield is Graves. So it will be a 4th down for the Highlanders.
Again, he has got to just put his foot down and go straight ahead.
And so that was a loss of about 5 on the 4th and short. Or no, I'm sorry. The stoppage in play threw me off a little bit. That was actually a 2nd down. So now we are at 3rd down. Excuse me. Shotgun formation for the Highlanders. Laco looking over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Intended for McNeely.
Looking for that record.
Yep. Laco 3 touchdown passes already. The record for most touchdown passes in a game in Huntington High School football history is 4. Unable to connect on that play, and now we are at 4th down, and the Highlanders keeping the offense on the field. Laco takes the snap, looks to pass, floats one over the middle, and it's a touchdown.
81. Tavian Wilson comes down with it, the freshman, with a big old touchdown. I know Antavius Wilson, his father, who played for the Herd, played receiver there. He's going to be thrilled about that.
Well, 81, was that Miles Metters?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yep.
You're right. And that's his 2nd touchdown. Wrong guy.
Yep, so he has had an excellent night, and with that touchdown pass, Gavin Laco makes some history, ties the record.
Yep. That is a nice deal. 17-yard touchdown to Metters. And 4 touchdowns, like we said, was Deion Jackson against Winfield, September 18, 2015.
So with 3 minutes and 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, the Highlanders lead 41-0. We're going to step aside for another short break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, my name is Wyatt Milam, and I'm from Canova, West Virginia. When I'm back home in Canova, you will find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that golden boot pride at Par-Mar. There are literally hundreds of Par-Mar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Par-Mar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Par-Mar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
And if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
0.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium. Late in the 3rd quarter, just over 3 minutes remain. A big Huntington lead, 41-0 over South Charleston. I'm Christian Palmer, welcomed alongside by Woody Woodrum. And Woody, one thing that is going to likely come into effect in the next few minutes, unless South Charleston gets some points on the board, the running clock in the 4th quarter.
Right.
So for those of you who do not know, if a team is leading by 35 points or more in the 4th quarter, it is a rolling clock for the entire 12 minutes. Quarterback keeper for Brown.
Caillou Jackson, also number 29, Christian Saunders with another tackle.
Brown tackled after a short gain of 2. We'll make it 2nd and 8 for the Black Eagles. So we tick under 3 minutes left in quarter number 3.
Yep. 4 touchdowns in a game. Gavin Laco with that record now. Miles Metter with 2 touchdowns. He'll be celebrating tonight as well. McNeely with his first touchdown catch.
Yeah, how about that with Miles, a guy with 2 catches last year, 2 touchdowns tonight. And Miller with a good carry for the Black Eagles, running to his left, picks up a first down, and he is knocked down right at the 30-yard line.
Walt Williams with the stop.
So it was a 12-yard pickup by Miller. And
another first down for their third of this half after having only 2 in the first half.
So the offense looking a little better for South Charleston and this third quarter, but still looking to put some points on the board for the first time this season. 1st and 10, ball on their own 30-yard line. Brown takes the snap, but the play is whistled dead.
Yeah, big number 77 with a false start there. We don't have him on the schedule. That when I talked to South Charleston earlier in the game, they said they also got some jersey changes.
Yep.
Got some new jerseys, I guess. So another 5-yard penalty. That's 12 for minus 88 yards.
Certainly one thing that the Black Eagles will need to work on moving forward, not shooting themselves in the foot. So that makes it 1st and 15. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the quarter. The snap to Brown, kind of a broken play. Wanted to pitch it, but keeps it himself. Runs to his left and is actually able to pick up 3 yards on the play. So not a terrible result, all things considered.
Wayne Harris steps up, makes the stop. He gains about 3 yards. That'll actually put him into positive yardage for the first time in the game. He's 9 carries for 1 yard now overall. Starting to see some new jerseys out there on the field, too, for the Highlanders. Got some new defensive linemen in there right now.
Leading by 41 points, so likely a good bit of substitutions to come in our final quarter. Snap to Brown. Rolls to his right, looks to pass, but tucks it down to keep it. Really nice run this time by Brown, able to pick up the first down and a little bit more.
Pushed out of bounds by Crawford and Zaza Jackson.
He goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line, so that will be a 14-yard pickup for Brown. And another South Charleston first down.
Yeah, 14 yards. That's the second longest run. Of course, you had the big run by the big man. Clark had a 32-yard run.
So 1st and 10 now, ball on the 42-yard line. Brown takes the snap, hands it off to Miller, and he's got nowhere to go. Swallowed up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss.
Robbie Mark. No, that's to make it Jordan Price with the tackle. I believe Kaiju Jackson also was in there on the stop.
And that might have been, nope. We'll have to run one more play as we've got 23 seconds left on the game clock and 16 seconds left on the play clock. So 2nd and 13.
Clock is down to 5.
Brown receives the snap, looking downfield, chucks it, but it is intercepted.
Yeah, Wayne Harris wanted, and he tried to jump, but the taller Avante Crawford, I think that's his second interception of the game.
It is, and that is the final play of the third quarter. After 3 quarters, Huntington leads 41-0 over the South Charleston Black Eagles. We're going to step aside for another break. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, my name is Wyatt Milam, and I'm from Canova, West Virginia. When I'm back home in Canova, you will find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that gold and blue pride at Par-Mar. There are literally hundreds of Par-Mar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Par-Mar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Par-Mar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
And if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Bull on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back out to Bob Sang Stadium for the start of quarter number 4. Christian Palmer welcomed alongside by Woody Woodrum. Huntington offense out on the field. And Laco with a short screen pass to Jamari Tubbs. And an excellent catch and run for him.
Flag after the play is over.
Yep.
Tubbs runs into Sheffield, number 24. Tubbs, of course, from South Charleston. So, big gainer there, going to be maybe moved back 22 yards on the pitch and catch.
Still waiting to see the call on the penalty.
Yeah, it would be a after the play.
Yep. But certainly a nice burst of speed by Tubbs. And it is a personal foul on the defense, so that will tack on an additional 15 yards onto the end of the run.
13 penalties for minus 103 yards now on this team.
Really just can't afford a number like that. So Huntington will now have the ball on South Charleston's 35-yard line.
So Tubbs gets his first catch of the year. I'm sure he's glad to get that out of the way. 22 yards.
Nice catch and run from him. Shotgun snap to Laco. He hands the ball off to Graves, who is taken down in the backfield. Looks like he's lost 1 yard on the play.
Jason Barnett. We haven't called the Barnett's names as much as I expected tonight. But that is a tackle for loss there, a couple yards.
Yeah, they move him back an additional yard, so it will be 2nd and 12 for the Highlanders. Already under 10 minutes to go in this fourth quarter with the rolling clock now.
That clock's going to be running a lot.
Laco back to pass, pressure on him, but he gets the pass away to Graves, who jukes inside, makes a man miss. Green grass in front of him, cuts inside, one man to beat, and he does it. What a catch and run by DeEdric Graves. 37-yard touchdown for the Highlanders.
And that was all DeEdric Graves. I mean, as Laco went back, number 5, Jaden Barnett, I'm sorry, I brought his name up, must have made him mad. He had big-time pressure, and Laco just threw it to the short man. Then it was all Graves. He was out in the open. He picked up a couple blocks downfield and outran the rest for the touchdown. A new record for Laco, 5 touchdowns in the game thrown. After last year, he scored 5 on the ground against South Charleston.
Hey, 5 of each. Why not? And the extra point is
the freshman.
Yep.
Yeah, Wilson kicks that one.
There you go.
So, So I tried to get him a touchdown, but he gets PAT all on his own.
Hey, there you go. He'll take that. And we will take a final break with 9 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We're going to step aside. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Has a new and convenient way for you to save. Introducing Clip and Save digital coupons. Just go to your local food fair, sign up for Cart Cash, then set up an online shopping account at foodfairmarkets.com, and you're ready to start clipping. Use your food fair app while shopping and clip your item right there in the store. Your savings will be applied as you check out. It's quick, easy, and convenient. Save on all your favorite items with Clip and Save digital coupons. Food Fair, where convenience and quality meet.
We know who we are, where we have been, and where we are going. Healthcare is ever-changing, and we are evolving to meet the future needs of our community. Thomas Health is honored to announce our affiliation with the WVU Health System. WVU Health System and its network of hospitals and physicians across West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania will allow Thomas Health to elevate and expand the current services we offer to this region. With broader access to specialists and subspecialists and the full support of the preeminent health system in our state, we look forward to being your first choice for medical care. Together, proudly serving our community and the state of West Virginia, today and tomorrow.
By Jordan Keatron, and he puts his team at the 25-yard line.
So decent starting spot for the Black Eagles. Brown takes the handoff, hands it off to Miller, who runs to his left. Some open space. And a good pickup on the first play of this series, a 10-yard run.
35, Bryce Winkfield, a freshman, 5'10", 165, makes his first tackle at this level.
Love to see those guys getting an opportunity.
Yeah.
They don't care that it's 48 to nothing. It's Friday night football for them.
That's exactly right, yep. No, it's get in there and play. That's what it's all about.
Been waiting. It seems like their whole life to put on this Highlander uniform, so sure very excited to be out there, and we're excited for them. Brown takes the shotgun snap, hands it off. That's Miller again. Shorter pickup this time. He is tackled after a gain of, they'll call it 4 yards.
Winkfield and Alex Adkins, a sophomore linebacker, in there. They make the stop. I'll tell you what, Miller ran hard all night. He's 11 rushes for 17 yards, and he has been pounded by everybody on the team, it seems like.
He really has. And finally, some running lanes for him, and he's making the most of it.
Yep.
So 2nd and 6 for the Black Eagles. Snap to Brown, handed off to Miller once again. Space to his left. Another first down run by Emilio Miller, as he is knocked down just a few yards shy of midfield.
Coming up off of him, number 74, making the tackle, Ryan Crutcher, senior defensive lineman, back up, who's getting the play.
So they will place the ball at the 48-yard line.
So 9 yards on that carry. Now 12 rushes for 26 yards. Miller's going to feel a little bit better about this. Hey, and that it doesn't matter that it's second team or anything like that. These kids are looking. South Charleston's looking to keep working on South Charleston. Yep. They don't care what Huntington's doing right now.
Brown once again handing the ball off, and it's Catron this time. Hasn't got a lot of carries this night, but a first down scamper this time.
Winkfield and 74 again in on the stop, so Crutcher.
So that was a pickup of 13 yards.
Now the only thing the starters might get mad about is if they get close to giving up a touchdown.
Yep.
Because they'd probably like to keep the shutout. One of my favorite stories was when Marshall was shutting out Miami, Ohio in '99 under Bobby Pruitt, or 2000. And they stopped touchdown Travis from scoring all day. Travis Prentice, their great running back. And when they got down inside the 20, the entire first-team defense wanders over there to Pruitt and goes, "We got to go back in." He's like, "No." And Prentice not only got that touchdown, he scored one more against the second. John Grace ran up to Keith Morehouse of WSAZ, put his hand in the – I want you to know that he didn't have nothing against the first team. He wasn't over 100. He didn't have any touchdowns. And it was truly one of the great moments I've been around.
Wanted them to know, okay, all that happened in garbage times. That did it.
That was it. And John Grace wanted to make sure everybody knew that.
Yep.
But that's my favorite story because I've seen it over the years, being on the sideline, being up in the press box. The first team, if they're pitched a shutout, they're like, "You guys have got to go out there and stop these guys."
It's about pride. The win in hand, but it's about pride.
3 first downs in this drive, most of the game South Charleston, we're down to 5:52 to play.
Yeah, the clock stopping after the timeout, but both teams back on the field now.
At this point, I'd say that they're probably a little gassed over there on the South Charleston sideline. That was probably just to catch their breath.
I wouldn't doubt it. Just a few minutes left to go in this contest. Brown takes the snap, hands it off to Catron, who runs to his left, and he is knocked down inside of the 35-yard line.
76 making the tackle. That's Tyson Watts, a freshman.
So they will place him at the 33-yard line. Pickup of 6. Make it 2nd and 4.
Catron has run well here in the last couple plays.
Now the left side of that line is starting to get a little bit of a push.
Yes.
For South Charleston. Would be certainly a moral victory to finally get themselves on the scoreboard.
Well, absolutely, after not scoring last week as well.
Brown takes the snap. It's a quarterback-designed run. All kinds of space to his left. He's got a first down and more.
Wingfield helped chase him out of bounds there.
And they will mark him out at the 27-yard line, so another 6-yard run for the Black Eagles. 4.5 minutes left to go in this contest. Three receivers to the near side, one to the far. And a running back to Brown's left. He will hand the ball off to Catron, and this time he is met in the backfield.
Hit in the backfield by Watts, and also number 62, Wyatt Adkins, sophomore, I believe younger brother of the two seniors, Jesse and Gavin.
There you go. That's a good football family right there. So that's a 2-yard loss. We'll make it 2nd and 12. Three minutes and 45 seconds remain in the game. Brown takes the snap, looks downfield, puts a short, quick pass down to the near side. It's going to be a minimal pickup.
Jonathan Jackson makes the stop.
And that is...
And we don't know who 25 is because we figured out Clark was 33.
Right.
Somebody else is wearing 25 now. Not sure who that is.
Yep. So bear with us there, but 25 with the catch. And we're now just over 3 minutes left to play. Able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, so it is 3rd and 10 for the Black Eagles. The snap to Brown. Looking to pass. Rolling to his left. Directing traffic, but decides to tuck it and run. And fighting forward for every yard. And he's got just enough for another Black Eagle first down.
Landon Miller, sophomore linebacker, came in there and got a wrap on him, but he spun 2 times and couldn't get away.
He really wanted that first down. Fought as hard as possible and just able to pick it up. So a fresh set of downs. The ball now at Huntington's 12.
5 first downs this drive.
Brown sends a man in motion, takes the snap. Short swing pass to Catron. Runs to his right, and he is knocked out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
Another good tackle by Jackson, number 11. Makes the stop. Jonathan doing a nice job in secondary.
So a short 2-yard gain by South Charleston. And they're in the red zone now, but we'll need some urgency to get in the end zone as less than a minute and a half to go in this contest. 1 minute and 20 seconds as South Charleston breaks the offensive huddle. 2nd and 8 for the Black Eagles. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. And it's a quarterback keeper for Brown. Some fancy juke moves, and he is able to shake the Highlander defense and make his way into the end zone for the first South Charleston score this season.
Well, that's going to make that ride home a lot nicer. I mean, you still got beat. Last week it was 50-0. This week it's 48-7. Hopefully they'll hit the extra point, but it's just tough when you're kind of underdone, and you can see, we can see Brown and Catron, Clark, Miller. They've all played hard, even down 48-0. So that's a great drive by those kids. 6 first downs on the drive.
Certainly a moral victory and going to boost the morale. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Rader makes the kick, and we are going to step aside for our last one final break. This is the last one, so just a little over a minute left to go. Going to stop with the score. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-678-9.
Hello, my name is Seth Seldron. I'm here in my home studio where I write, record, produce, mix, and master all my own music, as well as write, record, and edit all kinds of videos. Making my own music and making videos allows me a certain creative outlet that I wouldn't otherwise have. And one day I hope to sort of combine the two, maybe create my own music videos, direct them, edit them, as well as produce music for myself and other people.
To kick the ball off to Huntington. Devin Rader doing the kicking duties and lining up as though he might attempt an onside kick as a South Charleston player runs onto the field just in time. No, a little bit of a pooch kick, but the ball lands out of bounds.
That's a penalty with not being a penalty.
And the clock starts back up, so that very well could have been the last play of the game. Woody, Huntington's offense jogging back out there. We'll see if they have time for one more snap.
Yeah, I don't know any reason they'd take one here, but except to take a knee.
So the offense trying to get set quickly, just a few seconds left, and
Crawford's going to throw one.
Yeah, they get the snap off. Crawford throws it down the field, and it's caught. And running into the end zone is Tavian Chandler. Touchdown Highlanders on the last play of the game.
Well, now some people are going to say, why are you throwing on the last play of the game when you're up 48-7? But Avante Crawford needs some snaps. He only threw about 4 or 5 passes last year, completed a couple. So he gets the play off, gets them lined up, and throws it long. And the referees are saying we don't even need an extra point here. That's good.
Yeah, and that's a memory he'll never forget as well, throwing that touchdown pass.
Nothing wrong with a 65-yard touchdown.
So that will do it. Huntington wins 54-7. We're going to send it to a break, and when we return, we will start with our postgame. You're listening to Huntington High School football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
ProSource, formerly Aaron's Business Solutions, is your leader in Toshiba communications, including copiers and total office automation. ProSource can handle all your print management and IP service needs. ProSource has the best in office supplies and office furniture in the tri-state. Call ProSource today at 304-522-7022 or visit them at 1041 8th Avenue, Huntington. ProSource is a proud supporter of Huntington High School football. Go Highlanders!
Hello, my name is Seth Seldron. I'm here in my home studio where I write, record, produce, mix, and master all my own music, as well as write, record, and edit all kinds of videos. Making my own music and making videos allows me a certain creative outlet that I wouldn't otherwise have. And one day I hope to sort of combine the two, maybe create my own music videos, direct them, edit them, as well as produce music for myself and other people.
If you're craving new adventures, need to get back to business, or simply want to reconnect again, Yeager Airport is here to make sure your travel experience is as easy as possible. With convenient parking within walking distance of the terminal and security lines with short waiting times, Yeager Airport is one of the most passenger-friendly airports in the nation. If you're ready to return to the skies, Yeager Airport is ready to get you there. Fly CRW, West Virginia's premier airport.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week, presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute and Cabell County Schools, is brought to you in part by Jason W. Elkins at Elkins State Farm Agency. Jason can help you find coverage that works for you. Jason W. Elkins, State Farm Agent, 4346 5th Street Road, Huntington. TaxMasters ProBooks Plus is your tax and bookkeeping specialist. Visit TaxMastersProBooksPlus.com or call 740-867-8333. Kindred Communications, radio, digital, events, print, KindredCom.net. Fueled by your neighborhood Parmar stores.
Hi, I'm Zachary Lawton. I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. When I'm back home in Charleston, you can find me in my local Parmar store.
We had that gold and blue pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud, West Virginia strong, and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
And kind of jumped into the top 5 poll on the drive, and GW is playing very well early on. Their quarterback is outstanding, so Huntington's going to have to. It'll need every bit of this 6-touchdown pass night by the team to go up to get a win at GW. But right now, you enjoy this. I'm sure they're going to work on Huntington next week, and then they'll start working on GW the following Monday.
And 5 of those touchdown passes by Gavin Locko. So a record-setting performance by him. Puts himself in the record book, and really a great start to the season for him. Had 3 touchdown passes against Spring Valley and 5 more tonight. So quickly 8, 2 games into the season.
Yeah, it's a great start for him, and he really worked on it all summer. They won the 7-on-7 the MSAC had, and so it was a nice job by the offense. Came out with a plan, and they thought they saw some things defensively. Offensively, South Charleston, they had nowhere to go but up after the first half.
Yep.
And as we said, more penalty yards than offensive yards is a real problem. But they put a good drive together there at the end. Maybe Brown's the guy because he looked pretty good out there going against the second team, admittedly. But they also, in Clark, who did not run the ball in the first game, they found a guy that they can count on, I think, to pound away on teams. And in a close game, I would not want to have to tackle that guy again and again and again and again because, he had only 2 carries for 18 yards in the first game. But in this game, he certainly was more impactful as he ended up carrying it 8 times for a team best 62 yards.
Yeah, he really had a solid game. And, talked a good bit about the Huntington offense, but really all you could ask for from the defense had the shutout almost up until the end. You mentioned the backups gave up a touchdown, but the starting defense really doing all you could ask for and even scoring some points themselves.
Yes, they did. some nice interception, pick six for this team, and that's always exciting to see that. I know, that's a couple of interceptions and a touchdown thrown for Avante Crawford on the night. He had safety and a quarterback, and we called a lot of new names out there in the linebackers and defensive line. So all that's important because, you never know how far you are away from having to use one of those backups as a starter, depending on your injury situation or the situation they found themselves in tonight, where Donovan Garrett was ejected early in the game, and they lost him for the whole game. And I think Saunders and Adkins stepped up. Gavin Adkins and Christian Saunders really stepped up at the outside linebackers with him out of the lineup and did a nice job of making some tackles. I think when I add them up, they're going to have a bunch of tackles in the game. And, South Charleston, that first half was tough for them, I'm sure. But certainly it was a much better second half, and they got a little build on. They're also off next week, and then they get back in, to the with Midland and GW back-to-back. So there's no easy nights in the Mountain State Athletic Conference.
Yeah, and I know you talked to Huntington's head coach Billy Seals, and he doesn't love the early bye. Can't imagine Carl Lee does earlier. You get 2 games under your belt, and then they tell you to take a break, and then you have a almost run through the gauntlet there at the end. Just games week after week. Would have been maybe a little better, but the team gets to rest up some next week.
Yep, that's right. And, those guys that got to play, now they've got some tape on them against a different colored jersey, and that's always important too. So good win for Huntington, good bounce-back game, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks to see how they do next time.
Yep, and I'll do our thank yous portion of the broadcast really quickly. Thanks first and foremost to you, the listener. Be no reason to have the broadcast if not for you tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you out there. Also want to say thanks to my producer, Gabe Sellers, back in the Kindred studio. Also want to thank Paul Swan for giving us the opportunity to get on the air. And finally, thanks to you, Woody, my color announcer. Really enjoyed it as always.
Yeah, and we'll be back tomorrow. Paul and I will be over in the 20th Street and getting the thing going at 12:30 tomorrow as Thundering Herd takes on Norfolk State in the opening game of the year. It's going to be interesting to see how the running back situation shakes out with the All-American being injured before the season even started. And hopefully we'll see Thundering Herd come out of the gates pretty hard next week or tomorrow.
Yes, sir. There you go. So tune in for that as well. So that's a wrap from here. Huntington wins 54-7 over South Charleston. Thanks for tuning in and have a great evening.